Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TTBurger Podcast. I am Tony, aka TTBurger88, and it's been a while since I've done a podcast. I took a break from doing one last week to make a video with my buddy Razorblade1812 and stuff. And we're back on schedule. And this podcast is going to be on the PlayStation 5. Our thoughts on the PlayStation 5. And joining me for this is
This is LunarNocturne, hi.
Hello, LunarNocturne. Yeah, the PS5. We saw the leaked information about it, where it was, we're saying it was going to play games from every single Sony console, from PS1, 2, 3, and 4, and stuff. And we heard a lot of stuff leaked about it. We don't know when the release date is and stuff like that. But Lunar, what are your thoughts on the PlayStation 5? What do you got to say about the PlayStation 5?
Sadly, I didn't get to see much of the leaks. I did see the one where about backwards compatibility. About being able to play all past PlayStation consoles. But yeah, that's the only leak I had seen.
Well, yeah, I mean, I saw it too, and the truth is, I really don't believe it's gonna happen. I mean, it would be nice if they did that, but I don't think it's gonna happen because, like, think about how much money that'll cost to do backwards compatibility for all the discs and stuff. Think about how much money the system would cost if they did that. And what I think they mean, if it's true, is that you're gonna be able to download games from the PlayStation Network store. That's probably what they mean. It's not gonna be able to play the games on the disc and such. And like, are you gonna get a PlayStation 5 or whatever?
I might look into it. I might look into getting one.
I don't know because like if it's all digital, then I'm not gonna get it because like I don't like playing my games digitally. I like owning physical copies of games. I mean, unless I can't get it at all, I have no choice. Like Hatsune Miku Project Diva Future Tone and stuff. Then I'll play the game digitally. But like. I don't. Another reason why I may not get a PS5 is because all the censorship that's going on with Sony and stuff, and like we already going on. Actually, this won't just be on the PlayStation 5. This will be on other topics as well. Like we saw what's going on with Dead or Alive 6, how they're being censored up the ass and stuff, and like how it's for sure going to be censored. It's been confirmed nonstop. We already saw what's happening with 7 Conquer, 7 Even, and such. Just that. I feel like the ninth generation of gaming is going to be the generation of the censorship.
Yeah, this is something interesting to look at because I did play the beta for a short time of Dead or Alive 5, and
Dead or Alive 6, you mean?
I said Dead or Alive 5. I meant Dead or Alive 6. Anyways, the fighting system is good, but it's not there.
Yeah, they toned down Kasumi's costumes and all the other characters' costumes. I actually saw a video where it was basically like pal swap colors of costumes and stuff. And Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Scarlet is going to be kind of set on the Sony console as well. It's just that this whole censorship thing is just really getting on my nerves because like no matter what we do, we're not going to be able to get rid of it. I mean, like. I don't understand why people have to make games for everybody. Like there's no adult mature rated games anymore and stuff. I mean they're doing it with Mortal Kombat, they're doing it with Dead or Alive 6 and stuff. And just that I may not get a PS5 because one, I don't have any more room. I mean the TiVo box, I got the TiVo box, the PS1, 2, 3, and 4, and I got my receiver and stuff. I mean, and I got a bunch of Star Wars figures and stuff on my shelves, and it's just probably not going to be enough room. And I've seen what the controller looks like and stuff. The controller looks very, very weird. It looks very weird. It looks.
Hold on, let me pull.
Yeah, pull
a picture of the controller.
Yeah, if that is that, I don't know for sure if that's the final picture of it, but from what I see, I don't like how it looks. And I will not be showing the picture because this is a podcast. I don't pull up pictures during a podcast. This is just a listening thing and stuff like that. Like if you want to find a picture, huh?
I guess for if you're in a car on a car ride or something, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean because the people want to listen to them in the car and stuff like that, like using the YouTube app on their phone or whatever, and they can listen to it in the car and stuff. So that's why this podcast is basically a listening thing. But like I don't know. Did you find a picture?
My thoughts on what's going to become of Sony and the PlayStation 5. Their future, in my opinion, is uncertain for sure. We can't see that far into the future. I think it's going to be mildly successful because people are talking about Microsoft bouncing back from the dreadful mess that was the Xbox One.
Well, yeah, but things that the new Xbox, it's not gonna be all digital. So if Microsoft is gonna do that, I don't see why Sony wouldn't do that. I mean, like, they have the technology to make everything all digital and stuff, and it's gonna be all. I mean, if it's digital, no point in buying it. I mean, like, I remember back in the day, buying games and add them to your collection, it meant something. It's because you knew, like, having those games in your collection was awesome. Like how I showed you the Warhawk 1995 on the PS1. You'll never see. You mean like how I showed you how I was in the long box case, the plastic one. You don't see stuff like that anymore. And such. I mean, like, it's just. I mean, like, I don't even know what the. I mean, even if they do have physical copies of games, like, how much better do you think the graphics are gonna be? I mean, like, you can only do so much with graphics and video game before it gets too expensive. I mean, like, PS4 and PS3, we knew the graphics were going to be great because they were Blu-ray, and it took advantage of Blu-ray and stuff like that, and
Yes.
it did that. But what's PS5? I mean, PS5. I mean, this isn't just for the PS5. This is for the new Nintendo console and the new Xbox console as well. They're all just going to be slightly. I have a feeling this, but since all the censorship's going on too, the ninth generation of gaming is just going to be all slightly updated graphics, loot boxes, microtransactions, tons of DLC, and stuff like that. It's going to be. That's basically what it's going to be. I mean, like a lot of games I've seen lately for the PS4 have not been that interesting. I mean, like they have some more exclusives coming out, like Atelier Lulua and Nelky and the Alchemist, whatever that one's called, and Death End Re-Request, which actually comes out in 4 days as of this recording. So I just thought my brother, it comes out 4 days on the 19th as of this recording, which I'm looking forward to. But aside from that, it's just, there's not really, I mean, I just don't see these consoles being successful. I mean, in fact, I'm not going to talk about the PS5. I'm going to talk about the new Xbox console and stuff too. I mean, like, we already know that, like, the Xbox One is a big flop. I haven't heard anything about the Xbox One in a long time. They don't have many exclusives either.
Woo.
I mean, what's going on? Did Microsoft give up or something like that on the console?
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's like I don't really hear much about the Xbox One anymore. Barely anybody I know owns an Xbox One except for like a few people. I mean, like, I have a buddy who owns an Xbox One, and he wishes he had a PS4 because of games like Detroit Become Human and stuff like that. And like, it just. Like, the Xbox One is not selling well at all, and just the PS5 is like the PS5 and the Xbox. I'm gonna call it the Xbox 2. The Xbox 2 is probably gonna be the same as the Xbox One. The 360 was in the same boat as the Xbox One. Xbox One is the same as the 360. I mean, and like the PS3 did not have a good launch at first, but like it got better and better in my opinion. But like I just don't see these next-gen consoles satisfy me, because, like, when you look at when PlayStation 2 came out, remember when PlayStation 2 came out?
Yes, I remember. Well, I was only like a year old at the time. I was born in 1999, but yeah, I do remember playing lots of PS2 games.
well, I remember getting my PlayStation 2 on Christmas Eve of the year 2000, and I was wowed on how great the graphics were and everything like that. I mean, the technology was getting better, but you don't. But with these next gen consoles, you don't see that you don't see that wowness that like the PS2 had or what the GameCube had and stuff. I mean, like, I was wowed by both the PS2 and the GameCube and such. Now I remember like thinking, whoa, look at the graphics. I mean, whoa, look, DVD ROMs, and whoa, I can play DVDs in this thing and stuff. But now it's just that you don't see the love and the charm, because like you wanna know what wowed us about the PS2, not just from the graphics, but all the games it had. I mean,
oh man,
like all the games, but the PS5. I mean, sure, they'll probably have Last of Us Part 2, but I have a feeling Last of Us Part 2 will be on the PS4. So why would I want to get the console just for an updated high-res version of the PS? Of a game? And I'm sure there'll be a sequel to Marvel Spider-Man on there as well, but like I just don't really see of getting the system just for a couple of games. I mean, like, yeah, sure, like PS4, it took some time before getting some games, but like the games it came out with, like I was almost ready to sell my PS4, but
Shadow.
I was almost going to sell. I almost wanted to sell my PS4,
Yeah.
but I decided to be patient and wait for more games to come out, and I did, I love the PS4. It's just that it just took time for games to come out and stuff, and I guess I was I guess you could say I was a little biased because like my receiver did not have my old receiver time did not have enough room to like make an HDMI and stuff like that. So maybe that was one of the reasons too. But like the PS, huh?
A PS4 until 2016. Until before 2016, I was just rocking with the PlayStation 3 and stuff.
Yeah, I pre-ordered my PS4 from GameStop, and I put my money down, and I put my money down, and I got it, and I mean I only had a couple games for it, and that was Killzone Shadowfall and Knack, and well, Knack was good, but it did not deserve the hate it got. And but Killzone Shadowfall was okay, but like there wasn't much there to keep me entertained, and like I just did not want the console. But then I realized that I'm being too hard on it. I'll wait for more games to come out, and I'm glad I did because then I got games like Drive Club, and I got games like. Well, I'm trying to remember all the games that I got. Well, I got a lot of JRPGs, with like Blue Reflection, which was my game of the year of 2016, no, 2017.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, like I love those JRPG stuff. Yeah, but like I know we're kind of rambling on here. We said this was going to be only about the PS5, but I said I want to talk more than the PS5 because like there's a lot to talk about here. But like
the new Xbox, you said.
Yeah, with the new Xbox, yeah, just but like with the PS5, I mean, they're not going to be showing anything at E3 this year, so chances are we're going to have to wait. It'll probably be released in the year 2020 or 2021. But even still, that I feel like that these consoles are getting rushed out the door so they can compete. Like, remember when Microsoft rushed out the Xbox 360 and all the problems it had?
And the PS3 was also the PS3 also didn't do too well. As a matter of fact, early PS3 games are run terribly to this day. Oh man.
Well, yeah, well, of course, like NBA 07, which huh?
Saints Row 2. Oh god, that game had problems in the PS3.
Oh really? I own it on the PS3 and it runs well. I don't know.
Maybe it was my PS3 itself, or maybe it was the console itself, the one I own. But it would freeze up, frame rate drops, everything.
Well, there would be a couple frame rate hitches here and there, but then again, the original Saints Row had frame rate issues too and stuff. So
yeah, you're right.
But I don't know. Like, did you have the fat PS3 or the thin PS3 or I mean thick PS3 or slim PS3? The original PS3.
I had the fat PS3, and I don't think the fat the thin. Oh my god, I keep getting mixed up. I had the fat PS3 back in like 2008 and stuff, and I don't think Sony would release the new slim PS3 until 2010 or 11. I think
it was late 2009. I think that's when.
Oh yeah.
And like, I'm glad I mean, like my brother and I like put our money together to get the slim PS3. I got the 320 gig one. I don't need the slimmer one because this one works fine. But the thick one actually stopped working on us, and like something got fried in it. I was going to take it in to get. I was going to see if I could take it into this one place for it to get fixed, but I just haven't really gotten around to do that yet. But yeah, like I know that the original PS3s had problems, and Sony doesn't even like to acknowledge those anymore.
Oh man. Oh, and then there was a $600 price tag. Good lord, you had to take out a loan just to get a PS3.
Well, yeah, I know, but then again, at least they learned their lesson with the PS4, that's for sure.
Yes, that is.
And like, I just like remember like with the PS3. I got the PS3 on Christmas Eve at Circuit City when Circuit City was still open around here, and the first game I ever played for it was Heavenly Sword. That was the first game I ever played for it, and the second one was Lair, and then I had Motorstorm, and then Uncharted, and Folklore, which I will review someday. And
my
and
first
Orange.
one Sorry about that.
And the Orange Box and Ninja Gaiden Sigma, I had to get, and I love Ninja Gaiden.
Definitely.
Sigma. Especially when playing as Rachel the Fiend Hunter. Oh yeah, that is.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we'll probably call this podcast memories of Sony and stuff like that. We'll call it our memories. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. It's like we're talking about the PS5. We'll call it. I mean, I know I said we were talking about other things like that. I know we were talking about like Microsoft like that. But you're gonna go off topic in the podcast. You're gonna go off topic in the podcast and stuff like that. So we'll call it memories of Sony of our memories with Sony consoles and other things. We'll call it and stuff. Yeah, no, say that 10 times fast, but yeah, no AVGN quote there. But I just remember like then also getting Burnout Paradise. Loved Burnout Paradise.
Oh yeah.
I love all.
Remastered.
I don't care for remasters. So that's one thing I don't like are HD remasters. I think those are a waste of money, especially the Silent Hill, HD collection. I don't know if you heard of that one, a Silent Hill HD collection.
I've actually been a huge fan of the Silent Hill games ever since I was like 10 years old.
Oh
man, I remember that too well.
You remember the Silent Hill HD collection? You didn't get it, did you?
I borrowed it from a friend and then returned it the day after.
Oh my god! I mean, like all those problems. And the new voice acting and stuff, I hated that. That's one of the reasons why I will not get it, because the new voice acting. I mean, I like the original voice acting better. I hated that Konami did that, especially with Silent Hill 3, because that was my favorite Silent Hill game, and saw how butchered it was, and how they had no option for it but the original voice acting. That just pissed me off so much. I mean, imagine. I understand the original Silent Hill 2 and 3 are expensive, but they're not that expensive. I didn't play Silent Hill games like when I was a little kid, like when they came out. But like I got them when I was a little older, and I played them and I loved them and stuff. I mean, it was the first three. I don't care for Silent Hill 4 now. Silent Hill 4 was not a Silent Hill game in the first place. It was a side project. It was supposed to be a spin-off of Silent Hill, but they changed that. But like, what did you not like about Silent Hill HD collection?
Alright, they took out the fog, and the fog is actually what makes Silent Hill in a way, because
you can't have a Silent Hill game without fog. You can't have a Silent Hill game without fog. That's like what would it be like? That's like having a Hyperdimension Neptunia game when you don't have R4 as the boss. Or it would also be like, let me think here. Well, let me think. Think of something. Oh, that'd be like Crash Bandicoot without having a neocortex in it.
Oh man, that's messed up.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'll be reviewing the Crash Bandicoot games in the future. The woman who cuts my hair wants me to review the Crash Bandicoot games, and I will do that for her. Someday.
All right, I'll watch out for that.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else was I about to say?
So you're talking about Silent Hill HD collection. You were talking about the other thing you didn't like about Silent Hill, about the fog.
There was also tons of glitches too. Remember, I borrowed the PS3 version, and this being the PS3, it decided to be a giant mess on me. Possibly because my PS3 is like really, really old. I've had this since 2008.
Huh.
But yeah.
Huh. Surprised yours has lasted that long. Ours lasted till like 2013.
Goodness.
Actually, ours was in late 2007. I got it in late 2007 at Christmas Eve. I'm sorry, my bad. I was a freshman in college when I got it. But I remember like all those glitches like that. Just that's so many problems. The fact that every voice actor was not good. The original was the best, and that's how they wanted it. I don't know. It's just that's how it is.
Oh man. Let's see, what other memories do I have with the PS3?
Well, there's Metal Gear Solid 4. That was one of the most anticipated games that came out for the system, Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh, yes. Metal Gear Solid 4. I could only go to a friend's house to see it because my parents thought it was too violent. But yeah, I went
too violent? It wasn't that violent. God, it wasn't too violent at all. I mean, it's not like Mortal Kombat or anything like that, but... But that game definitely deserved Game of the Year for 2008, not Fallout 3. Ugh.
Oh man, so I can only watch YouTube clips of it or go to my friend's house to play it. But yeah.
Well, I'm sure you can go to a game store and buy it now. It's probably dirt cheap. You can buy it online and stuff.
Or from GameStop like a few years ago, back in 2016.
They probably still have it there. I mean, they still sell PS3 games and stuff. There's not.
No, I mean, I have the game with me right now, but yeah.
You have it. Okay, never mind. But yeah, like I trying to think what else. Like I just have a lot of memories with like the PS2 and the PS1. Like I remember the first time I ever played the PS1 was like at my cousin's house, and I was watching her play Croc Legend of the Gobos, and I was watching her play, and she let me play, and I was like an author, like, oh wow, the games come on a CD. That's so cool. It's like because like I did not, because I wanted a PlayStation, but we already had an N64. But I remember this really well. It was like it was 1998, and we were off school for about a week because we had like a huge ice storm, and we had like this huge ice storm, and like I was right there. Oh yeah, and I come upstairs to get a snack, and my brother's like, "Hey Tony, we got a little surprise here. It's PlayStation." And I saw that I saw my dad playing Tomb Raider 2. Now I said Crack Legend of the Ghost was the first game I got. I say that because it was the first game I played, so I'm going to call that the first game I got. So, because I did get Crash Legend of the Ghost the next day, along with Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, Air Combat, Frogger We're Back, and like, I can't remember what else we got, but like, I know one of the games we actually got my dad for his birthday that year, Riven, the sequel to Myst, on the PlayStation, because he introduced us to Myst, and playing it on the PC version was having problems, so we gave it to him for the PlayStation, and he ended up beating it on the PlayStation, and I still have that to this day, and like I got Twisted Metal 2 as a first communion present, actually.
Oh yeah, I actually do remember playing the PS1 when I was like 4 years old. My sisters, they actually had it in their room. What they were playing, the two games that I remember they had was Twisted Metal 3 and Tekken 3.
Oh, Tekken 3 is my favorite game of all time. I know. I don't know if you saw my Tekken series reviews, but I'm gonna redo those reviews, and as TTBurger Remastered reviews. Just haven't gotten around to do that yet, but I definitely won't want to redo that series review, the Time Crisis series and stuff, and
Time Crisis.
Yeah, because Time Crisis. You can't forget Time Crisis. Man, the first game is so hard on the console. It's so hard on the console. Without cheating, I can't beat it without using cheat codes.
My only memories of Time Crisis consists of the arcade game, which I can only play at my laundromat whenever my family would go there to do their laundry.
Well, but Time Crisis like that. Every time you went to a game shop to get a Time Crisis game, they always told you needed the gun when you don't need the gun, and I can't use the gun on the GunCon controllers. It don't work, and to use the GunCon 3 controller, you have to hook up these sensors onto your screen. It's like hooking up. It's like with the Power Glove from AVGN's review of the Power Glove. It's like we had to hook up the sensors. I hate it. The GunCon 3 controller had this little control stick, a thumbstick on it, and if you're I'm right-handed, but if you're left-handed, that's gonna feel very hard to do. So like, how can you hold it then? They should have had control sticks on both sides and stuff, but I guess that's just not the thing. But like, Time Crisis 4, Time Crisis 3 was my favorite Time Crisis game, but because you had to play as Alicia in the rescue mission and stuff, and it's the first game we get to play as a girl in it. I consider her the main character because that's how you get the main ending. But like Time Crisis Project Titan. I mean, Time Crisis 1 was awesome. We got that special mission too, but like the first one was just so hard. I have to use cheat codes. I mean, I know I don't like using cheat codes, but for this I had no choice. And even then, I'm just very, very bad at the game. I'm very bad at it. Time Crisis Project Titan, I'm a little better at it, but I don't really like that one that much because it's got a cliche story and stuff, and just don't really care for that one. It's just light on content compared to the original one. And of course, Time Crisis 2, I liked how they took the arcade version, put it on the PS2, and bumped it up and made it better for like the PS2 and stuff, like graphic wise, because they did that with a lot of games. Like Namco did that with a lot of their games. Like they did Tekken Tag Tournament as well and stuff. And Tekken Tag Tournament was the very first PS2 game I ever got, and I loved that game so much. In fact, I just remember playing the game with a lot of friends. Always wanted to play as Anna Williams and stuff. And like, and finally, speaking of Anna Williams, in Tekken 3, all my top 10 survival scores I'm playing as Anna. So when you see the name and stuff like that, it's all listed as Anna.
My favorite character in Tekken has to be Julia Chang.
Don't forget about Michelle Chang, like her mother,
yeah.
who you played as in Tekken 1 and 2, and Tag.
And when it comes to Tekken, I actually had Tekken 5 on the PlayStation 2, and as a gift, I think it was a birthday gift, my dad got me Tekken Dark Resurrection on the PSP as a kid for my 8th birthday.
They have it on the PS3, just that doesn't have the story battle and stuff like that. But it has like they bumped it all up. And they have the end. You can unlock the endings for Lily, Dragunov, and Armor King 2. But it's like it is better. It is better in some way. But like you're gonna want. But like the original one on the PS2 has the story and stuff like that. And but it does have but they did change the costumes a little bit. Like if you know that a red dress that Hannah Williams wears, like as her Player 1 costume. Well, in Tekken Dark Resurrection, it's blue, kind of like I was for her Player 2 costume and stuff. So that was pretty cool there. And you get to play as Jinpachi Mishima too, and but I did not like Tekken 7. I hated Tekken 7. I hated that game.
I haven't touched Tekken 7 yet. I did get Tekken 6 as a Christmas gift back in 2000.
Tekken 6 was good, but I did not like that scenario campaign. The scenario campaign was just stupid.
Spread throughout several characters, I think. I forgot. I haven't played it in
years. You play as Lars Alexandersson, and who's pretty much this Swedish guy who speaks in Japanese, which I like. I mean, because he was fluent in Japanese and stuff like that. But it could have been nice for him to speak English when he was talking to English speaking characters and stuff. But the scenario campaign wasn't necessary. And the funny thing is that it's the only way to unlock characters in the scenario mode and stuff. But here's the thing. If you play a level a certain amount of times or something like that, you can unlock all the endings just by dying or winning or finding boxes to find prizes and stuff like that. That's pretty much how you get the endings unlocked. I don't like that. It's stupid.
Oh man, I really need to get back into Tekken 6. I haven't played that in ever.
Well, Tekken 6 was still good, just compared to the other ones, it was not that good.
I actually enjoyed the little fighting system, especially the stage transitions as well. Although some of them could get annoying, but still.
Yeah, it's just that I just felt like that having Jin as the main protagonist and antagonist, along with Lars as the main protagonist, I felt like that. I mean, I like Tekken Force mode and stuff, but why does it have to be the main mode though? I mean, why did it have to be the main mode of the game? In fact, a lot of the endings were just way too short. A lot of the endings were just super short and didn't really do anything. In fact, that in Wang's ending he dies, Beck's ending he supposedly dies and stuff. That's why they're not in Tekken 7 or whatever and stuff. But still, they're not canonical endings though. Is the thing is what I'm trying to say. But because we already know that Jin did supposedly die, but he ended. But we know he's alive and stuff and. Of course, because Raiden and Lars help each other, and Alyssa is actually Alyssa Boscovich was actually the robot under Jin's command, which went off safe mode and stuff.
Yes.
But just that I have so many memories of Tekken, just playing Kunimitsu in the arcade and stuff like that in Tekken 2. I thought she was a guy when I first played as her, and I remember and I was thinking, whoa, look Tekken 2, and my mom's like, how much does that thing cost? 50 cents. Okay, and I started playing her because I thought it was a mouse. I thought she was a mouse mess. It was a mouse mess, and I was afraid of mouse. I thought I liked mouse characters and stuff. I thought, oh, cool, I'm a mouse mascot or whatever. But I thought it was a guy, but it's a girl. It was actually cool when they brought her back in Tekken Tag Tournament 2. It was cool that they brought her back, but they didn't really give her a lot of speaking lines. Just a couple, just 2 lines of dialogue and only one word, "Koi," "Yeah," like that.
I actually did play the arcade version of, I think it was Tekken, the arcade version of Tekken 3. It was available at our laundromat for a short time before they replaced it with another arcade cabinet.
The fun thing is, I played Tekken 2 in the arcades, but I first played Tekken 3 as a demo disc, and I got it for Christmas, and I was like, it's just that I didn't like it at funny because I didn't like Tekken 3 at first, but then when I started locking the characters and all the modes, I started loving it more and more. And just like that's good. I mean, it was cool to have Anna Williams as an actual own character, not a pal swap for Nina with her, and actually she had her own voice set. And I liked that. I liked that. And Anna became my favorite character, even though she was console exclusive. And of course, whenever I played the original Tekken games, like Tekken 1, 2, and 3, I always put the arcade soundtrack on because I'm a fan of the original soundtrack. I'm not a fan of the remixed.
I haven't played Tekken 3 in a while.
And of course, like with the original Tekken is good, but compared to the other Tekken games, Tekken 1 really stands out, and a lot of the problems really show. Like how like the opponent AI being very, very tough, and like the opponent, and most of the male characters have the same voice, sound like Jack and stuff like that, because they were on a budget. And if you think the original arcade version of the game, the music is sped up. The music, the tone and pitch of the music goes up a notch, and it just sounds very weird. Because and the extra characters don't have any endings, and Kunimitsu sounds like a guy, and stuff, and just yeah. You never saw what Kunimitsu looked like unmasked. Shame. But just all these memories, like, and same with PS2, like playing Twisted Metal Black, and like playing Sky Odyssey, and playing freaking and playing what else did I get? What else did I get as a kid? Playing like Grand Theft Auto 3, and yeah, like I remember like I got that game as a gift for making the honor roll when I was 13 years old, and I wanted to get Grand Theft Auto 3 because I played it at a sleepover at a friend's house, and the woman was saying that the worker saying that this is an Emirate game. It teaches we pulled off the shelf a while back. It teaches bad things like car stealing and stuff. I'm thinking to myself, I'm not gonna steal a car. I'm 13 years old, and it was just really, it awed me that like, whoa, cool, I can go anywhere. I can drive any car I want. This is so cool, because like, the original Grand Theft Auto games, I was not a fan of the original Grand Theft Auto games that much, because like, I just didn't really care for the gameplay style and stuff, but, I mean, it was good for its time, but like, just not in awe, like how it was like with Driver on the PS1 or so, but Grand Theft Auto 3 changed my mind. I remember the very first car I ever drove when I was at my friend's house was the Stretch. The limousine.
Yeah, the limousine, yeah.
I love all the rare vehicles, like the buses and the coaches, and like the line runners, and like the hearse, and like the Love Fist limousine, and like my brother. But I told my brother that I beat Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City. I never really beat them completely. I just got far, so I can just go to all the places like that and stuff and buy all the properties. And I told my brother that I beat him recently, and my brother's like, I told him I unlocked a lot of the property, and like one of my properties with like the car room place, all that 4 garages. Each garage I put a bus in. They only had 4 colored buses. I put a bus in each one, like the blue, the bluish green, the green, and the black one. It's like my brother goes, I remember you were a big fan of the buses. You were a fan of the buses, and I still am a fan of the buses. San Andreas, it's gonna take a little more time to be, because like I lost the data on San Andreas when my memory card when one of my memory cards just like got messed up, so the data got corrupted, so yeah. But like going back to just thinking about all the memories, like do you have any? I mean, it's just what I mean here, like the memories of like are there, but like just that with like the PS4 and stuff, and the new consoles. Nobody is going in expecting to be all in awe. It's gonna be like, oh, another console with updated graphics and stuff. I mean, I'm sure as a kid, they're gonna be all excited, but like,
No.
what'd you say?
I know they're gonna be going crazy for it.
But hell, here's the thing. Yeah, I was a kid, and I was excited to did when I came out, because I got to play other games like that, like Smuggler's Run as well, and Donald Duck Going Quackers, and Gran Turismo 3, and Summoner and stuff. And getting the guidebooks, but here's the thing though about this, like even adults and people and teenagers and stuff like that were even excited for the consoles. Here, it's like I don't see that many adults being excited for the PS5. It's basically, Oh, I wonder what kind of shitty deals they're gonna pull this time. DLC up the ass, microtransactions, loot boxes and stuff. I mean, I'm not just saying this for the PS5 because I love Sony better than Microsoft and Nintendo, but it's gonna be like that for every console coming out and stuff. For all the consoles, and even those let's see, like, it may happen for Steam as well. It may happen on Steam with the censorship thing and the DLC and stuff like that. It's like,
it's pretty bad in terms of that.
yeah, I mean, Senran Kagura Burst Renewal came out recently, and they have DLC that is free for like 2 weeks or so, and then you're gonna have to pay for it if you don't buy it within a certain amount of time. That is kind of silly, but I've been keeping an eye on the schedule, Lunar. I've been keeping an eye on the schedule.
I got you.
And
I haven't played Senran Kagura ever in my life. I know I have a YouTube friend who's like very big into it, but I haven't played it.
I love Senran Kagura, but it's just a shame that after being finally released in the West for not so long, they're gonna go downhill and stuff like that. And Senran Kagura 17 is probably not even going to do that stuff. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, as a gamer and stuff like that, I'm just kind of upset because like a lot of these games are going the SJW route. I mean, ever since Sony moved to California, it's like people are calling it the censorship state or SJW state, whatever. I mean, that's all. I know people who live in California. I'm not bashing people who live in California. It's just that like, it just seems like weird that they would move to the West and all of a sudden this stuff happens and such.
Yes, I know it. I really do. And didn't they say they were going to try to do that to appease American audiences as well?
I heard something about that. Yeah, I heard something about that because like they want to please everyone and stuff. That's why we see a lot of Japanese games. They have the lip syncing matched up to the English instead of the Japanese and stuff like that, or so. Because nowadays, it's like, and we see a lot of games that are like that, and the Japanese and the lip syncing doesn't match up to the Japanese. It matches up to the English. Like there are games that still do match up to the Japanese, like the Neptunia games, and there's like a lot of the JRPGs and like the artillery, like certain games are only in Japanese, and I like that and stuff. But like hell, Yakuza, even though I kind of stopped playing Yakuza, I kind of lost interest in Yakuza games and stuff. They were most of them were only in Japanese and stuff like that. I mean, like Yakuza Kiwami is a remake of the first game. It was the first Yakuza 1 game to be in Japanese. Yakuza 2 on the PS2 was the first one to be in Japanese, but like for Yakuza 1 was, they had to buy Yakuza Kiwami or nothing at all. It's like, I heard the HD remaster of Yakuza 3 is censored. So,
yeah, they actually had to take some stuff out. They actually had to take out a quiz game about Japanese culture and stuff because, well, American audience wouldn't be too familiar with that, and
yeah, and the fact that Sony is censoring their version of Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Scarlet, even though the game's not going to be out in the West, it's only going to be out in Japan, it's going to be in Asia or whatever, they're still censoring it and stuff, which is not going to be too much censor. But I have to wonder. I mean, I want to get it, but if it's just an expansion of like a game that I already own, fuck that. I'm not going to spend full price on that game, and like it's like, jeez, and I just. Back then, this wouldn't even be allowed back then, but nowadays it is allowed because anything to make a quick buck. Because I know, like, when companies do this, they get themselves in trouble. EA is getting themselves in trouble because of the shady deals they've been doing with like the microtransaction loot boxes, like things going on with I don't remember, but like I know like they've been getting in trouble for all the microtransaction loot boxes and stuff, and they're acting.
Yeah, they actually they got to a point where they were about to break the law just to put loot boxes in their games. That was funny.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did not get Star Wars Battlefront 2, because like I bought Star Wars Battlefront 2015 and I felt so ripped off. That the funny thing is, when I got it on Christmas Day, I played it for like an hour, didn't like it, and I actually went and played Star Wars Battlefront 2 2005.
Oh man, I remember not too long ago I was legit about to go and rent it just so I can get a few trophies and then send it back to Redbox, but then it's not even worth that, man.
It's not even worth that at all. I mean, they rushed it out the door to get it in before the holiday, and I can't believe GameSpot gave it like an 8 out of 10 stuff. At least they gave the second one a 6. So yeah, but like it's just that, and also another thing too, like it's like trying to think here. It's like. It's just that nowadays, too, when you see new games come out, their graphics look like shit. I mean, compare Silent Hill Homecoming to Silent Hill 3. Silent Hill 3 looks 10 times better. And the fact that like games get get milked these days, like I mean, I can say that like Call of Duty is. I think Call of Duty is on its way out the door. We haven't heard much about Call of Duty in a while. I think, but like Fortnite and stuff like that is just driving. It's just I'm not even gonna touch Fortnite. I don't play multiplayer only games. That's why I haven't. That's why I have not played Warhawk 2007 because like I rather play the original Warhawk on the PS1, and like I'm trying to think what else. What other games there? Oh, like Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3 I heard was a big flop. That was like one of the last few Xbox One exclusives that I've heard about.
This sounds stupid, but I was actually more excited for Crackdown 3, mainly because Terry Crews was actually being motion captured into the game.
Oh, really? Yeah, I played the first Crackdown, didn't like it. I preferred Saints Row more. Like I did not get a PS. I didn't have a PS3 at the time, but like when Infamous was like Crackdown, but even better. So I prefer Infamous because Infamous has a likable character, and it's not just.
Oh man, I've got so much to say about Infamous. It's awesome.
I love the first one. I like the first one a little better. But the second one is still awesome. I mean, like, the second one ended perfectly, so it didn't really need Infamous Second Son, but I do like Infamous Second Son, and I do like Infamous First Light. Hell, like, I'm a fan of physical copies of the game. I ordered the PAL version from Amazon, and I love I love it. I love playing as Fetch and stuff like that and such. I did not know there was a physical copy of the game. So if I would have known that, I would have just stuck with the PAL version and got that because it's still work of the runs on a PlayStation 4 and such.
Sorry.
But like it's just that a lot of games lost the license. Like the James Bond games, you don't see any more James Bond games after 007 Legends because EA ruined it because like
007 Legends, man, good lord, was it?
Yeah, and people thought 007 Racing was bad, and people thought GoldenEye Reloaded was awful. That one, 007 Legends takes the cake. And I get the feeling they rushed it out the door to compete, to get out in time, because the Blu-ray box set of 007 came out that year, or in October.
Trying to capitalize on it, I see.
Yeah, and like I actually got the Blu-ray box set for a birthday gift, actually.
I actually did play. I've only played one James Bond game in my life. It was James Bond. I think it was called Nightfire. It was on the PlayStation 2.
No, they had a couple of them. They had Agent Under Fire. They had Nightfire. They had Everything or Nothing. They had From Russia with Love. They had the awful GoldenEye Rogue Agent. You remember that one?
Oh yeah, like I said, I've only played Nightfire with my sisters.
The story is very understanding. It's not even anything about GoldenEye. It's just you play the character called GoldenEye, and one thing it's just that the game is just the story is poor and stuff. It's just that like Christopher Lee voices Francisco Scaramanga. Now that's cool, but it's just that there's not really much to it. I mean, they made the successful Everything or Nothing, which was a successful third-person Bond game. Then they went back and released a first-person shooter, a mediocre one. And another thing I did not like about GoldenEye Rogue Agent was most of the subtitles in the cutscenes were delayed. Like there was I counted 5 3-line subtitles, and only one of them syncs up at the right time. Most of the two full-line ones are delayed, and like in the opening cutscene, there's like only 2 subtitles that are on time and stuff with the talking.
Yes, it's like, goodness, it sounds awful.
I mean, you want to know one thing I miss about gaming back then, or Sony-wise? The FMV games. I mean, I know the FMV games were kind of a weird trend, but you had a lot of good ones, like Wing Commander 3 and Wing Commander 4. Fox Hunt, I know a lot of people did not like Fox Hunt, but I thought Fox Hunt was pretty cool. Hell, I remember playing the original Doom on the PlayStation and Final Doom, and playing games like Disruptor and Quake 2 and Medal of Honor and Hexen. And like the game PO, which was a parody of Doom and stuff like that, which was actually freaking fun, which was fucking funny. Cause it's like you go around hitting butts with a frying pan or so, they're shooting butts with a gun. Like A.V. Jen said it in his Amiga 3032X game. It's like it was just so funny. It's just that it's hilarious. And like of course having RPGs like Parasite Eve and Vagrant Story and stuff, and you don't really see that stuff anymore. And seeing like Medal of Honor and all these first-person shooters and stuff.
Medal of Honor is just gone. It's dead.
Warfighter killed it, and the 2010 modern one killed it too. Airborne was the last good one, but even then that one had problems compared to I actually like Call of Duty 3 more, but just like Gran Turismo yet back then. Now we have freaking Gran Turismo Sport, which is basically a reboot. I did not like it, but Gran Turismo was awesome back then. Like we had Wipeout at the game. We had like the futuristic racing games like Wipeout, that was cool, and like Vigilante 8. Oh man, I feel like I could get naming all this stuff. And don't forget Test Drive and Test Drive Off Road. And
Test Drive. I created a cheat code booklet for that for one of the Test Drive games.
But I can just go on and on talking about stuff, and I can't forget air combat, aka Ace Combat. Like I'm not getting Ace Combat 7 because it looks stupid. I mean, like it looks like Ace Combat 6 and Assault. No, Ace Combat. I'm not getting Ace Combat 7. It looks just like Ace Combat Assault Horizon, Ace Combat 6 all over again. But I'll never understand why Ace Combat 6 did not get a PS3 release when they were all released on Sony consoles until then. I will not know why about that, but Ace Combat 4 will definitely is my favorite Ace Combat game. Nothing will top it. And I'm gonna redo that series review as well because it's Namco. Namco was my favorite video game company back then. So I loved Namco back then because they had all the great games. Like they had Tekken, they had Time Crisis, they had let's see what else they had Ace Combat, they had Soul Blade, Soul Calibur. And they had Point Blank, which I never really played and stuff, but I heard things about it. They had Cyber Sled, they had Starblade Alpha, all that stuff, and of course you can't forget Pac-Man. Of course, Pac-Man was like the mascot of Namco. We had Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Pole Position. I have Pac-Man. I remember playing Pac-Man World on the PS1 and Pac-Man World 2 and 3 on the PS2 and stuff as well, and playing Xenosaga, which I didn't really like Xenosaga that much, mainly because they didn't have the Japanese voice setting in it. But oh man, I just feel like a lot of the stuff that they had back then is just gone now. Like with games, it's basically there's not much originality anymore either. And even when there's an original game, if there is like an original game, it gets shunned and stuff. I mean because Marvel Spider-Man was definitely original and stuff. I loved Marvel Spider-Man and Detroit Become Human, which I feel like that game predicts the future. I know you kind of made a video on that, but I love Detroit Become Human.
Yeah,
I feel like the game predicts the future. That robots are going to take over the jobs which with automation stuff. Which I feel like that game predicts the future, and just that I loved Quantic Dream and have not let me down. But it'll probably be the last Quantic Dream I ever play because of the PS5. If the PS5 is all digital and ends up not pleasing me, I'm not going to buy it. But yeah, with Quantic Dream, I remember playing Indigo Prophecy, which was called Fahrenheit in Europe and stuff, and playing Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. I mean, those games are actually I love those games. There's no DLC in them either. And speaking of Sony, what happened to Jack and we haven't heard anything about Jack and Daxter or Ratchet and Clank or Sly Cooper in a while.
Yeah. The last time we heard of Sly was back when what was it? PS5 came out.
Yeah. I liked that game. The game was pretty good. I liked the Sly Cooper games. I was a fan of Ratchet and Clank until those spin-offs came out, and then the reboot of the Ratchet and Clank reboot, which was based on the movie. I didn't like that one because they changed Ratchet's character completely. Nothing will top. I mean, I know a lot of people enjoy Up Your Arsenal and stuff like that, but it's hard to say which Ratchet and Clank game I like the best. I think all three of them are equally good, but I'm probably gonna give props. Gonna go with the first one because that's how it all began. But because Ratchet was a different type of character and such. He wasn't like a nice little puppy dog character. He was an asshole at first when he first started. He was an asshole when he first started.
Oh man.
Yeah, you don't even hear much about them anymore. I mean, you don't really. I mean, what's Sony gonna be having for the PS5? I mean, what are they gonna do? I mean, basically, it's just a lot of games. They're just basically reboot, shooter, action game, shooter. I don't know. But at least they're doing better than Microsoft. I mean, I don't know how Microsoft's going to survive the next time. I don't know what's going on with Nintendo and stuff like that. But I don't know how they're going to survive in the future.
They had their direct. What was it? I think it was a few days ago. I actually got to watch it live. They showed
Microsoft or Sony.
So Nintendo. They had their direct, which I watched it live. They showed a few games. They showed a few games by Platinum Games. You know, those guys make awesome hack and slash games.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game they were showing off, I forgot the name already. It's
I
a
forget.
really good. It's a really good looking game.
I don't remember, but like I heard they're going to try and do a sequel trilogy to Mass Effect, which I loved. I mean, I hated Mass Effect 3 at first, but then like it got better when they released the extended cut ending and stuff. So yeah, I will when I review I'm gonna review Wing Commander 3 and 4 in the future. It's a little surprise here, and I'm gonna reference Mass Effect a lot when I review Wing Commander 3 and 4 because I feel like that's how Mass Effect started out, really. But we've been talking for a long time here. Do you got anything else to say?
I don't have anything else to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. We're sorry that we've had to edit out a few parts because
don't worry. Yeah, like we had to edit some parts out here because like there was some problems like with the phone ringing and Lunar's mic cut out completely and stuff. But don't worry. We cut those parts out so you guys can enjoy the fun parts and stuff. And I know this I know this was supposed to be for the PS5. We start rambling on our things. We'll call it our memories of Sony and other things. We'll call this like we said, and that's pretty much all I gotta say. The next review will be on the way, so stay tuned for that. This is Tony, peacing out, and thanks for joining me, Lunar, and be on the lookout because like the next, I'm not gonna really spoil much on what the next review is gonna be. All I'm gonna tell you is that like it was a game released in 1995, and it had a PS1 long box release. That's all I'm gonna tell you, and that's all I'm gonna tell you. So that's what I'm gonna say. Peace out, everybody.